Today I'm going to share a new Arma 3 script with you that will only show weapons, ammo, and gear based role to players accessing the same ammo box through Arsenal. GS role-based ACE Arsenal. Credits go to II Original HD 7213. Here I have a demonstration mission to show you guys how to set up and use this script and what you could do with it. So here in my little mission here, we have 9 Blue 4 classes, 1 ammo box, nothing attached or in it, and then we have an ammo box with Arsenal attached to it. What we need to do first is install a script. We're going to review it and then we're going to set it up in the editor here, and let's go do that by going to the scenario tab at the top and then down to open scenario folder. Here we are in the mission folder. I'm going to bring up another folder with the zip file in it for the script, and I'm going to link this for download in the description of the video. When you get it, just drag it to your mission folder just like that, or your desktop or wherever, and extract it, or just double click it. In the zip file I have 2 scripts. They're basically the same script, except one is coded for ACE and one is coded for vanilla and any mods with factions and stuff. So if you're only using ACE, then you only need to use this script. Today we're using ACE. We're just going to drag this into the mission folder just like that. Close this and we'll remove the zip. So this is the GS, or Gunter Severlo, role-based ACE Arsenal, and let's open it and review it. This script creates a role-based whitelisted ACE Arsenal from one shared ammo box. Every player can use the same box, but will only see the weapons, magazines, uniforms, vests, backpacks, items, and gear whitelisted for that particular player's unit class name. Alright, let's go down to how to install files and code. Put the script into your mission folder. This is the script. We already did that. And let's go to number 2, create a Notepad document, then copy and paste the following code. So this code right here is what's going to call the script to function in the game. So you just highlight it like this, copy it, or press Ctrl C, and we're going to start up a Notepad document. When you see the cursor blinking, press Ctrl V to paste the code. Then go to File, then go to Save As, go to Save As Type, and choose all files. What you're going to do here is you're going to locate your mission folder. We put it on all files so that you can see all the files that you're in the correct folder. So if you see the mission SQM and then the new script, then you're in the right place. Go to file name. From here, just go back to the script, then paste it into an initPlayerLocal.sqf and save it into your mission folder. So basically just copy this instead of having to type it. Press Ctrl C, back to the script. In the file name box, press Ctrl V. Once you have that, just hit save. We can close this, and then if you check your mission folder, you should have the main script and initPlayerLocal.sqf. Alright, let's go to the next step. Edit the parameters section below. So these are the parameters, but they are further down below. We're going to skip that for the moment. We will get to that. We're just going to go straight to the editor. How to set up editor. Place an ammo box in the editor. Number 2, give it a variable name. For example, Arsenal box 1. 3, put that ammo box variable name into the following parameter: GSRA, Arsenal box names, Arsenal box 1. 4, make sure your playable units use the class names listed in the script. I'm just going to use this name, and we're going to go into the mission and name the ammo box. So you're going to go up to your ammo box. We're going to use this ammo box for the script. I'm going to edit it. All you're going to do is you're going to give it a variable name. Now it doesn't matter what you name it as long as what you put here is also in the script. From the script, paste what I copied, which is Arsenal box 1. And once you have that or whatever name you want, just hit OK, save your mission, and let's go back to the script. We're going to go down to parameters. So you have GSRA debug equals false. So this, if you want to debug to see if there's any issues going on, just set that to true, but you can pretty much just ignore that. GSRA Arsenal box names. Now this is where you're going to name your ammo box. You don't have to use this particular name. If you have multiple ammo boxes, I would recommend doing something like this where you just copy it, put a comma, and then paste the next box. So let's say we have Arsenal box 1 for our first ammo box, and then we have another ammo box that others access. We just put Arsenal box 2 like that. So you can have different ammo boxes at different areas. Like you can have an ammo box at a infantry based area where only infantry gear up, and you can have an ammo box at an area for APC armored personnel, or you can have an ammo box at a location where there is going to be pilots flying planes or helicopters, and you could do stuff like that. But this is basically how you would set this up. GSRA allow for default access. Now what this means is, based on the notes here, number 3, if a class name is not found, so basically you placed a unit that is not listed in the script, that player will either get no arsenal access or get the fallback list, depending on GSRA allow default access. Default access means you have to have defined class names for weapons, ammo, gear, etc. If you don't have that and you have this as false, then the player is not going to get anything. If you set this to true, then they'll just basically get the default arsenal. Default role items, these are just common items that you could use. You don't have to use that. GSR common items. Now these are common items for ACE users. So you normally have a first aid kit, earplugs, maybe a flashlight. Then you have common linked items like the map or a compass or watch, radio, GPS, maybe night vision. So it depends on your mission. All right, we're going to scroll down. Now we have a code here. I will go over that later. We're going to scroll down to role definitions. Here we have one array. This is one role. As you can see at the top, it says rifleman. So this is the rifleman role. You have the name of the role, then you have the class name of that role in the editor. So whatever unit you place, you want to get the class name and you want to put the class name here so the script can properly read and show the content for items, weapons, and gear for that role. This is the weapons. This is the MX rifle. This is the pistol. Binocular, as you can see. This is the ammo for the rifle. Same with this. This is the 16 round mag for the handgun. Then you have hand grenades, smoke grenades, chem lights. The uniform, this is 2 uniforms. Then you have the vest. Then you have the backpack, the helmet, and then you got another type of helmet. Now this is for each role. So if you have 9 roles, which I have set up, this is one array. Then you have another one for marksman, AT rifleman, grenadier, automatic rifleman, UAV operator, medic, fighter pilot, explosive specialist. The rest of it is just a script. As a rifleman role, when I go to the ammo box, we have the ammo box tied to the script. We bring up our self interaction menu, and then we go down to arsenal. Now when we go to look at our role, whatever we have for weapons is what is it. That is what we define in the script. So if I go to launcher, there are no launchers. If I go to helmet, I get 2 options for helmets. If I go to uniform, I get 2 options for uniform. If I go to vest, I only get 1 option for vest. It's basically what I defined. Backpack, I get 1 option for the backpack. If I go to faceware, there is nothing. NVG, I have. Binoculars, I have. Map, compass, communications, navigation, your watch. If we go to another role, let's go to the missile specialist, which would be this guy. And when I walk up to the ammo box, same thing. I will get an option to change my weapons because I defined 2 weapons only. And I have different types of helmets I could use. 2 uniforms I use because I define that. 1 vest type. I could also do a backpack or use that one, which I'll just stick with that. And of course the other stuff that we have here. Now if we switch to, let's say, the pilot, fighter pilot, and I walk up to the ammo box, get weapons, ammo, gear for whatever I need. I have limited a pistol. I got headgear, which I could change. As a pilot, you'd probably want this. And then we have different uniforms we could wear, which we defined for the pilot. He's not going to have a backpack. I mean, he's a pilot. And he has all the common stuff too. If we switch to, let's see, the UAV operator, he's going to have the same sort of stuff based on his role. So we have MX rifle. We have 2 options for helmets. Everything is restricted based on what this role can use and carry. Alright, let's switch back to the rifleman. What I want to show you guys next is in the script. Now you may be asking, okay, I want to set up a specific role for a rifleman or another guy just like what's here, except for using RHS or CUP or vanilla assets or something I build. I want to use certain weapons, etc. How do we do that? I'm going to show you something that will make this a lot easier for you than having to chase down class name. I'm just going to remove all these roles down to this. So now we only have one role so far, which is just the rifleman. We're going to create a role, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to use what's called a Debug console extractor. We'll scroll up and you're going to see this. It's between the parameters and the role definitions. So the role definitions are right here. And then we have the ACE Debug console extractor. Now the other script for vanilla has the same thing, except it's designed for that. This is designed for ACE and will only work with ACE. What is the ACE Debug console extractor? The Debug console extractor is a code used in the debug console that will extract the class names for the current weapon, ammo, and gear the player is wearing for the role definitions code. So I have instructions here. Number 1, build the loadout in Arsenal, close Arsenal so the gear is on your player character. Copy the code below, then paste it into the debug console, then press local exec, then press continue so you're back in game and you'll see the hint for the debug console extractor. This will let you know that the class names role has been exported to your clipboard. We'll go through that process. So at the top of this code, the only thing you need to worry about with this code is right here. So this is going to define what role you're going to be playing. So if you want a rifleman or you want a rifleman AT, I'm going to name this a grenadier. We'll just save that. And then what you do from there is you just copy this entire code all the way down to here where it says, where it ends at a hint ace role copy to clipboard. That's all you have to copy. Press Control C, and then we're going to go back in game and I'll show you how to set this up. We're going to use the rifleman role currently for our test here. We're going to go to the ammo box here and we're going to actually build a loadout that we can extract and put into the code. We're going to go to Arsenal. And so this is my rifleman. I have a loadout already that removes all the weapons, ammo, and gear. So we're going to start with nothing. We'll just do that. It strips him down to his skivvies. We're just going to give him a loadout. So this is our loadout. So what we do here now, press escape, and we go to the debug console, which is this box here. Now when your cursor is blinking, press Control V, that pastes the code. Once you have the code in the box, just press local exe, just press this button. Just go to hit continue, and at the top right you'll see ace role block copied to clipboard. So at this point you copied the role to the clipboard. Let's go back to the script. You copy this here, existing role, from bracket to bracket. Press Control V. Now we have the Grenadier array. This is based on B Soldier, which is basically a rifleman. We have A Rifle TRG-21F. We have our pistol. We have 1-round grenade shells. This is your ammo array. So you have the ammo mags for the rifle, ammo mags for the pistol, ammo mags again for the rifle, your grenades. So you have your ACO optic, then you have suppressor, then we have the ACE field dressing, which are the bandages. Then we have the uniform, the vest, the backpack, the helmet, and the face mask. That's your setup. Now, if you wanted to do another loadout after this, then you basically do the same thing. And I'm just going to copy this for the sake of it. Press Control C. And then remember this right here, this bracket is always going to be at the bottom. So you're going to go right here for the next roll and press Control V. You see how that's set up? So we just remove this and we'll just save this, and let's go in the mission and test out our new role. Rifleman, let's do this right. Let's strip our guy of all his weapons and gear, so we'll just set him on empty. And he's in his skivvies. So now I don't have anything. I come to the party naked, guys. And we'll just go up to the ammo box like normal. Access arsenal. So first we'll put our uniform on. So we have a CTRG combat uniform rolled up. That's what we chose. And then we have our vest, which is the plate carrier. Then we have our backpack, which is what we chose before. We choose a helmet. We only have the snakeskin helmet that we chose. Then we have, let's see, face wear is what we also chose. And then you have the rifle, which is what we chose. And then for it, the sights, you can see the sights up here, which the only thing that we can access. And then we have the suppressor. And then we go to the uniform itself. We could add the earplugs. That gives us the option through the common items. We didn't do the ammo for this. We didn't do the grenades. We did medical items. So we have options for the med kits. Then we'll go to the vest and choose ammo. This will give us the ammo that we can access. Now it's not going to give you the number of ammo, it's just going to give you the type of ammo. We'll give ourselves some ammo. And then you got your backpack. A couple there. And there you go. Here's our loadout. Close it. And now we have a loadout just like we set up. Alright guys, I hope that helps you guys out. This can be done for vanilla and regular mods too, but you have to use the vanilla script for it. I want to thank you guys for watching, and for more scripts, take a look at this playlist.